Exploring sexuality should be something that's enjoyable. I love that it's a stress reliever and puts me in a good mood. I love the idea of exploring my options and seeing what happens. It gives me an opportunity to see what I like and don't like. If you have the right motive with someone you're comfortable with, no strings attached, you can walk away feeling great and empowered without having to put your heart on the line. Desiree, 24. In the past 20 or so years, young people have been engaging in sexual activity at ever-increasing rates, often with multiple partners. Rather than solely being in monogamous relationships, people are much more likely to hook up with friends, or even more likely, strangers. Though this obviously poses a health risk in terms of venereal disease, unwanted pregnancy, possible assault, and a number of other issues, this video essay is focused only on the mental health aspect of hooking up, especially in college. According to the American Psychiatric Association, between 60 and 80% of college students, male or female, report having had one or more hookup experiences. This is not all that surprising, given the increase in sexual activity being represented in media, especially in terms of hookup culture specifically. Overall, the APA found that both men and women generally have positive attitudes toward hooking up, although there is a gap between men and women in terms of reporting positive hookup experiences. In fact, 82% of men and only 57% of women reported being glad to have engaged in a hookup. However, this is not always the case, and many young people, especially females, report feeling regretful of their actions during a hookup. In terms of overall mental health and well-being during hookups, it has been found that there are two sides of the coin. When young people have experienced depressive episodes and other mental health issues, they report a reduction in their symptoms when engaging in casual sex. On the other hand, young people who have not experienced mental health issues report the emergence of these feelings while engaging in casual sex. In terms of brain chemistry, sexual activity and orgasms are proven to improve mental health by promoting the release of oxytocin, normally called the love hormone, as well as dopamine, which is the reward chemical in the human brain. As we all know, campus sexual assault is increasingly common, and its impacts are devastating. Victims are often made to feel powerless to stop their attacks, and often do not get justice for the assault. Women, in particular, are often made to feel ruined, unclean, and generally undesirable due to their experiences, even though it is non-consensual. According to RAINN, a sexual violence awareness group, young women in the age group of 18 to 24 are at double the risk of sexual assault as women as a whole. 26.5% of women will be sexually assaulted at some point during college, and many of them are unable to get justice for these crimes. However, it is not only women who experience this. Men are also vulnerable, but often do not report. It is likely for this reason that the number of men who will be sexually assaulted during college stands only at 6.8%. Legally, there is debate over whether or not schools themselves should involve themselves in these cases, in terms of prosecution and accountability against the assailant. Furthermore, according to Catherine K. Baker in her article, Campus Misconduct, Sexual Harm, and Appropriate Process, the Essential Sexuality of It All, the responses to sexual misconduct among the public are significantly different to those of racial profiling or other acts of discrimination. In this way, it is clear that what is really impacting the lack of accountability for assailants is the lack of understanding that there is a very real and very dire consequence for sexual violence. In an article from Aaron McDougall et al. Titled, "The Relationship Between Non-Consensual Sex and Risk of Depression in Female Undergraduates at Universities in Maritime Canada," women who are victimized sexually are twice as likely as their non-victimized counterparts to experience depression. In this way, women who are raped or otherwise sexually assaulted are at a mental health disadvantage, which may translate to an academic disadvantage when unchecked. Overall, sexual activity is not a bad thing, and it will continue to happen as long as humans are created to procreate. But accountability and mental wellness when engaging in these acts is undeniably important. And understanding these facts is paramount to ensuring a better future for all young people, especially in college.